Stanley, Scuba, Sailing, and Adventures. How to plot a passage using FastSeas weather routing and Navionics. I was going to be joining my friends Greg and Kelly on their boat, and I thought this would be a good opportunity for me to review FastSeas weather routing. FastSeas is a web-based subscription application. Here I'm logged into FastSeas, and I'm moving the start to near the inlet of Fort Pierce. The app only plots in straight lines, so you have to start outside of the inlet. If you started plotting the course from inside the intercoastal waterway, you would get an error. Here I'm placing the finish near the inlet for Jacksonville, which will be our final destination. The menu is found on the left-hand side of the application. At the very top, you'll find some general information under I, and then below that, the routing menu. In the routing menu, you can select your departure date and time. The start latitude, longitude, finish latitude, and longitude will automatically be filled in based on where you place the markers. Here you can also set the max wind gusts, max wind beating, and max wind reaching values that you are willing to deal with on your voyage. There's an Enable Ocean Currents Effects checkbox that I had checked, which is important for this particular passage. At the bottom of the menu, I hit Calculate Route, and it does the calculations. Here you can see the red line represents the best course for my passage, based on both weather and current. Back under the Vessel Performance menu, I can make adjustments based on my vessel, when to start motoring, etc., and the motoring speed. Under the Routing Positions menu, I can find a lot of information about my voyage, including the elapsed time, latitude, longitude, heading, speed, course over ground, speed over ground, wind speed, gusting wind, wind direction, and ocean current speed and ocean current direction. Under the Passage Statistics menu, I can find some overall information generalizing the voyage. Back on the Route Positions menu near the top, I have 5 different options for exporting the data. I selected the GPX file format based on a quick search on the internet. I found that was listed to be most compatible with Navionics. Here I'm updating the file name based on my source and destination, and I actually saved that file to my OneDrive out on the cloud. Now switching over to my iPad Pro, I can easily locate that file by opening up the OneDrive application. I'll navigate to the folder with my file in it. I'll select the ellipse next to the file name and then select Open in another app. This opens a dialog box from which I can select the Navionics application. There's a warning dialog that says I'm importing a route. I simply click Import. The route has now been imported to Navionics, and if I go to Route and select My Routes Archive, I'll see my route listed. The route still has the auto-generated name based on the date and time it was created. If I tap on the route, it opens here in Navionics. If I open the details, I can go in and change the name of my route to make it more meaningful. I'm going to rename my route and include the beginning and destination in the name. I use my iPad Pro as my backup navigation device. I find that it works quite well. I'm including the date of our planned journey in the route name. You might have noticed that the auto-generated date shows a date that's different from the planned departure by a couple days. I would end up running this weather routing application a couple more times to look for any significant changes in the forecast. And I would highly recommend, if you're planning a passage, that you do the same. I was really amazed at how easy this was to do the weather routing on my PC and then transfer the file over to my iPad Pro and open it and import it into Navionics. In reality, I think it's probably the simplest process I've ever encountered when moving something from my PC to my iPad Pro. I was very pleased with the outcome, and I've been very pleased with FastSeas so far. I find that it's a great tool for weather routing. I'm curious if you're using it, if you like it, what your experiences have been with FastSeas. Drop me a comment and let me know. Here I'm just demonstrating that you can manually adjust the route if you want to. Happy passage weather routing.
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment.